wanted the coach or the general manager fired. He didn't really seem to care which one.
Just fire somebody.
Just fire somebody, damn it. Like, somebody do something. And then kind of failed to realize, hey, you got 4 years left on a contract you just signed. And by the way, the more you say I want to be traded, yet are saying I'm not going to hold out, like I'm going to report to training camp, it means you have no leverage. And it means you've given your team really an unserious trade request. So what happened? They got unserious offers. The Nets got nothing that would have resembled like an actual, real, tangible offer for Kevin Durant. So today, the latest is that all parties have now magically reconciled. And Sean Marks was the general manager, who put out the statement that it was Sean Marks and it was Steve Nash, it was the owners of the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant and his agent have decided that they're all going to move forward in their partnership. I've never seen a superstar take a loss like this, Kevin Durant. He looks so silly. He looked silly when he made the request, not understanding that he had no leverage and that these great offers for you weren't just going to magically appear. His agent did a terrible job in not at least trying to read the rest of the landscape of the NBA and see if there were teams out there who were willing to move heaven and earth to actually get Kevin Durant. Miscalculated all of that. And now Durant looks like the one superstar who asked for a trade who's not going to get it in this era, this player empowerment era, where the superstars get accommodated all the time. Look at what James Harden did twice in basically a calendar year. Played his way out of Houston and then played his way out of Brooklyn. That led me to believe anybody could be traded except for Durant.
It's totally different, though, because the Nets got to see James Harden play up close.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm sure they were thrilled when he made the trade request.
He quit on the team, literally on the court.
Have you ever seen him quit in Game 7 on the Rockets? I think they'd had enough of James Harden. Kevin Durant's totally different. I don't think he looks as foolish as you think he does. I think he's going to miss most of the heat for this.
Impossible.
I think he is. Because first of all, I think nobody on earth cares about the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think there's a single...
That might be true.
I don't think... And also, too, these trade requests, they kind of were flying on the wind. I just don't think I don't think people were paying attention. They feel like it was toxic. Honestly,
you don't think people were paying attention to Kevin Durant requesting a trade?
No, I don't. I honestly think people are going to look back in a year from now and say, like, oh, yeah, that was a big Kyrie mess. That's mostly on Kyrie and Benson. Of the train wrecks that are currently at the Barclays Center, I don't think this Kevin Durant thing lasts. And I don't think this is anywhere near him joining the Warriors.
Of the multiple train wrecks. See, I totally disagree with you on that.
And I think the average fan thinks KD should get out of there because it's a disaster. Okay. Why would you want to be there?
He's part of the disaster. Like, that's the thing. You can't avoid this when you're part of it. He's part of the train wrecks now. It's not twin train wrecks with Kyrie and Ben Simmons. Now Durant's a train wreck. Yeah. And that's something we never associated with him. Because when he left Oklahoma City for Golden State, I didn't have a problem with it. I said at the time, his legacy will now be affected by it because you joined a 73-win team. You joined a team that had already won. You joined a team that had MVP.
I totally disagree. It was so weak. And I think it was so weak to join the Warriors.
Well, you and I would disagree about that. Yeah. But like, I thought, okay, your legacy is going to take a hit, but you were a free agent. It's not like you tried to finagle your way out of town. You didn't demand a trade request. Try to do right by Oklahoma City. You stayed there for 8 years. I mean, you did make a finals. You played alongside Russell Westbrook. Turns out that's not a picnic. And okay, you wanted to leave to go do something different. That's fine to me. Free agency, when a guy leaves, like, what are you going to do, right? This, to me, makes him look so much worse because the team is down and out. You're right about that. No one cares about the Nets, partly because of decisions that he made or he at least signed off on, influenced, however you want to put this. It went totally off the rails. He said, bleep this, I'm out. I don't want to be around to watch the Titanic sink. And the team said, no. Oh, my gosh.
The team didn't say no, I don't think. I think they wanted to trade him, but I don't think there was anywhere near a feasible offer. So what were they going to do? I'm sure they would have been happy to trade him if something great came back.
Well, but think about it. Like, you couldn't even get a Rudy Gobert offer. Like, Rudy Gobert got traded this offseason, and it was like, wow, that's a really big return for Rudy Gobert, I think was generally the consensus when the Timberwolves traded for him. And then all of a sudden, Kevin Durant gets put out in the market, and everyone's crickets.
Well, no, the problem is Kevin Durant, draft picks are useless if you're getting Kevin Durant. Rudy Gobert, there's a chance that this might all go south.
Minnesota's going to bottom out at?
Yeah, this could be a top.
Your boy Anthony Edwards is on that team too. I think you're expecting good things from the team.
I would not buy stock in that Minnesota Timberwolves just based on history. But the point is, like, Kevin Durant, there's no draft pick you get back from anybody. Look at the teams that were mentioned. I know they may or may not have been true. But the Grizzlies, wait, okay, oh, great, I get 3 number 27 picks. There's nothing in that trade.
I know, but the same type of theory would have applied for, say, Paul George when Oklahoma City traded him to the Clippers. But, like, first of all, you never know. And secondly, the draft picks when it's maybe like 1 or 2, maybe aren't. But when you get like 5 of them, good general managers, I think, do think that there's value in that. And meanwhile, that wasn't even an offer. Like, they got nothing as far as we know. We know teams were involved calling. Hell, Memphis wouldn't give up Desmond Bane. Like, this isn't a loss for KD. And this one, to me, is going to stick with him much more than the Golden State. Like,
oh, gosh, I couldn't agree. I disagree so strongly with you. And this is paragraph 7. I think Golden State is paragraph 1 or 2.
No, but this is like, what he did with Golden State was still a basketball move. This, to me, now we kind of look at Durant as like one of those train wrecky guys who you can't feel like you don't know what he's going to do next. We already know that he's like, how much do we talk about Kevin Durant's happiness? I wish I talked about my own happiness as much as KD's. Like, everyone's wondering what makes this guy tick. And now he's kind of, I think, gone into the unreliable category.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. Actually, that part I agree with. But I think he was a mercenary who joined a mercenary team, and he's a mercenary who wanted to leave a mercenary team. It's nothing like Anthony Davis leaving New Orleans. It's nothing like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar leaving the Bucks for the Lakers. Honestly, I think it was not attached. There's just there's no there with the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't think that people really care that he wanted out. And this is my opinion.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that it's going to stick. It's nothing. If you put KD going to the Warriors is one of the most controversial moves the last 20 years. LeBron going to Miami being the number 1 most controversial. Yeah. This is nowhere near that. KD wanted out of this. It didn't happen. But he's going to come back and he's going to be judged on this season. And the other thing, too, is the Kyrie factor. Everyone's going to look at it and sort of blame Kyrie Irving. Okay, people love blaming Kyrie Irving.
Everyone loves blaming. And it's very easy to blame him.
You know who else I love to blame? Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, another. So instead, you're going to, I'm not going to use the word scapegoat. It's not like that. But you're going to push your attention to Simmons and Kyrie when it actually should all be on Durant.
It should, but it won't be. I'm saying KD's going to be the shining star of character on that team.
Here's the other part, which is... That's it. That's a tough one. Here's the other part, right? Which is the titles. Now, most people I talk to believe that KD winning a title in Brooklyn would have meant more than winning the title.
Was not like the Warriors.
Okay. Do you think that by pulling these kind of shenanigans that KD did, do you think they just got closer, or do you think they got further away from a title?
They're so far away, it doesn't matter. Right. They can't even see.
Is he going to be able to put together another team that actually can win a title when he is still the main focus? So what you did is you gave all shots at even the basketball redemption side of this, of winning a title where you're the main focal dude. I know he won the MVPs in the finals, but where it's your team, you're not a bus rider, you're a bus driver, to quote Barkley. And he just kissed that all goodbye. So not only do you torpedo your entire reputation by doing this, you probably torpedoed your basketball too. I mean, talk about it, all-time L. Wow. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, just hit the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell.
Just hit the bell.